Welcome back. North Dakota State will have the luxury of opening Missouri Valley play at home tomorrow against Missouri State. The second-ranked Bison have had all three of their wins well in hand going into the fourth quarter with their closest margin of victory at 27 points. But now the real test begins. Shawn has more.
North Dakota State rolled past its three non-conference opponents, outscoring teams 168-20. But that's in the past, and the Bison know the road ahead will be much more difficult now that Valley play is here.
I think practice is a little bit more intense. Meetings maybe go a little bit longer, whether it's staff meetings or player meetings. You know, you're really scrambling to get out there for practice. You're scrambling to finish your cards up and things for scout team. Whereas if it's a non-conference game, you know, you've done some prep work. It's maybe you're not going to show everything. Well, now you put all the cards on the table, and we're gonna do everything we can to win this week.
It's a lot different, you know. Conference play is tough. You know, we have a lot of great opponents in this conference, and we just, you know, we attack it a little more hard-nosed, you know. Not saying we don't take every other game serious, but it's just that intense feeling. You know, everybody's gunning for us, and everybody knows we play hard-nosed football, so we always bring it.
NDSU will host Missouri State in the conference opener, a team the Bison have beaten 6 straight times. The Bears have had some trouble on offense since the season opener at Missouri, and know they will have their hands full with the top-ranked defensive unit in the FCS.
There's not a flash star guy, but they're a star defense because they're all so fundamentally sound. They all play well together. They're all in the right place, the right gaps. They do a great job of tackling. They're fundamentally sound with their shoulders.
They're hard-nosed guys, run to the football. You know, they play really well. You can tell they're well coached, and you know it's going to be a nice competition. And we're well coached as well, and we play hard, so it'll be a nice game to play.
The Bison, on the other hand, have had no trouble controlling the line of scrimmage to this point, running for an average of nearly 380 yards per game. But this will be a tougher test in the trenches.
They're really active up front. I really have been impressed with their defensive line as a whole, as a group. You know, they really caused us some fits last year because they don't just stay straight ahead. They're going to slant, angle, have a lot of line games, and so we really have to do a great job communicating.
They're tough up front, you know. They got some big guys, some speed up front, you know. They're able to get off blocks and stuff, and they have a great defense, you know, so it's going to be challenging, but we're going to stick to the same game plan we always do and run the football.
So far this season, NDSU has been able to jump up on teams early and put games away, especially at home. And finishing strong will continue to be a focal point.
Last year, that was one of our biggest things we didn't do. We kick them, and all of a sudden the second half came around and we didn't finish, and teams would catch back up. You know, that's one thing. All the coaches are really after us, especially the defense, saying, hey, we don't let them score, we win. So now that's one thing we're really working on this year, is to finish teams off and, you know, play with the code green mentality that we have.
This is also homecoming week at NDSU, with 8 new members getting inducted into the Bison Athletic Hall of Fame earlier today at a luncheon in Fargo. Kickoff tomorrow is set for 1:00 p.m. When we come back, the USD football team is on the road this weekend at a place very familiar to Bob Nielsen and his staff. Catch a game preview of South Dakota at Western Illinois, and later in the show, it's Flashback Friday with former NFL punter Brian Hansen. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.